No Fucks Given Radio presents.
What's going to happen here?
Proudly introduce to you the Blood Beyond the Mat.
What is your name?
Your hope.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
You know what fuck this fool?
Beaster Club. 423. Up the turkey baster so she could impregnate herself. And it took several tries, but eventually it did work. And 9 months later, a bouncing baby boy was born.
You're right on.
Right. Because look, motherfuckers, we're live. No Fucks Given Radio. I didn't give them any kind of fucking warning because I was trying, look, ladies and gentlemen, I won't even motherfucking lie. I wanted one of those. And it caused it to where I wasn't paying enough attention to how long was left on the intro, so they didn't give no 5-second warning. But fuck it, ladies and gentlemen, it's No Fucks Given Radio. I am the Unknown Factor. And tonight, we get into the blood beyond the mat. Normally, there's a couple of us, but Johnny, what the fuck? Did you, like, suplex every, what'd you do? Get pissed that you got fucking, Canadian Destroyer onto a chair and like grabbed the other co-hosts and like gave them torture racks or some shit?
I don't know. Wikkid ain't been talking really to me lately. He's been playing that damn Crew 2 on the PS4.
The what?
Some fucking card game on fucking PlayStation.
Card game?
Car. Like driving?
I thought you said card, like fucking he was playing poker on PS4 or some shit. And I was gonna be like, what the fuck? Whoa, that's a little too much of an echo for me right there. Let's take that down, ladies and gentlemen. Fix that shit, my bad. All right, but tonight, like I said, is the Blood Beyond the Mat, ladies and gentlemen. We're down 2 motherfucking co-hosts, but you know, that shit happens, whatever. The show must go on. Myself and Cyanide are still in the motherfucking house, and tonight, we are joined by the bearded bruiser, Max Holiday. Max, what's good?
Hey, brother, what's going on? Glad to be here. Glad to be on the show. Thanks for having me on. Hope to have a good time here tonight.
Hell yeah. We try
no
and
doubt, no doubt.
And quite a bit of awkwardness, right? Man, I normally make someone else start out with a question, and I normally just randomly pick one of the other 3 fucking co-hosts. But it ain't random. Tonight it's Cyanide, because he's the only one here.
Okay, so Max, usually we ask the most fucked up questions, so what's the weirdest thing you've been put into in a match?
The weirdest thing I've been put into, like type of match, or just something I've been stuffed into, like, you know, the back of
situation-wise in a match. Yeah, like situations or in a match awkward to you that it was something new that just so awkward.
Honestly, the most awkward thing for me, it was probably very cringeworthy, was I was wrestling Paulie Tomaselli in Berwyn, Illinois, and it was a street fight match, and it was kind of cringeworthy. Not so much for me, but for him, watching him crawl around trying to feel up the women in the front row. I mean, outside of that, I've never been put in any awkward positions or uncomfortable positions. I've never met anyone do that yet. So, but cringeworthy-wise, it was watching him crawl around trying to top the field while I was getting his ass whooped. So.
Wait, what? Paul, this motherfucker who was wrestling in a match with you, right?
Right.
Was trying to fall into the crowd and cop feels off random female audience members.
Well, it was actually one female audience member in particular. She was a fan of mine, so it is what happened. I mean, it's on video. It's on the internet. It's kind of funny. But yeah, it was interesting. I mean, now he didn't. Now let me just say, he did not actually go so far as to actually top a field, but. It was, on video, it looked like he was actually full on topping field, but he didn't. But it was very cringeworthy watching him crawl across the floor, tripping with beer, crawling up into this lady's lap and just, crawling his hands up, and then all of a sudden it looked like he was about to grope her in public, but yeah, it was weird.
Damn.
So, Man, I have to see this video now. I swear, that's all you've got me thinking.
Right.
Like, shit, I mean, I was watching videos of you earlier right before we went on as far as a couple different matches, but I did not run across that one.
No, it's there.
I don't even know where the fuck to go from that. So fuck it, we're just going to go to the start. Max, I want to know, why the fuck did you start wrestling in the first place?
Because I wanted to do what the guys on TV were doing, and that was go out there and beat dudes up and get all the pretty ladies. Why else? I mean, come on now. When you're 8, 9 years old, you're sitting there watching these guys that are bigger than life. They're the real life superheroes. Why don't you want to be like that? That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I'm aspiring to do. I mean, that's my goal. I want to get out there and inspire other little kids to get into the pro wrestling world, to inspire more kids to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Hell yeah. So, being that I'm going to make you date yourself, just because of the question I'm about to ask. But so, about 9 is when you really got inspired. Who at that time did you really look at and what were like, ooh, yeah.
Honestly, it's like my first real memory of pro wrestling was in my grandmother's basement watching Saturday Night Main Event with my dad and my uncle, and I was a huge Mega Powers nut. They were Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. Those were my first wrestling memories. So I mean, that's where it all started for me. I was a little Hulkamaniac screaming, one of the Macho didn't really have any shirt pants. But yeah, that was me.
Right on.
Damn. Johnny, he took that straight old school as fuck. I want to point that out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you could go much more old school than that. Wait.
I mean, you probably could, but they're probably not wrestling.
I mean, you could, man, but ain't nobody gonna fucking know those unless you're really into goddamn wrestling. You go older than fucking Hogan and Macho Man, you're getting into the way more obscure shit that you have to be a certain degree of a mark, I'll say, or smart, however you want to say it, what the fuck ever, to even be aware of those people,
Yeah, fair. Because it's not till later in the wrestling career, anyways, that those type of people tend to inspire most guys, anyways. That they start delving deeper into the history of pro wrestling. So, yeah, my first light that was the first spark for pro wrestling, if you will, for me was Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, the Mega Powers.
Damn, that is way back.
Yeah, that's dating the fuck. So shit, man. How old are you?
In September, I'll be 38.
38. All right, you got a couple years on me, not that many, because in November
You got 11 on me.
Shut up, Cyanide, making everybody in the room feel old and shit. I'm fuck. You need a Canadian destroyer on a chair. Another one. That's besides the point, right? And bringing up that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, because apparently it fixed your back. That's so fucking... Real quick, for everyone watching. Apparently, Johnny, out here, you got fucking a Canadian destroyer onto a chair. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, that's a flip pallet
It
ride.
sucks.
Yeah, and it's... But apparently it fixed his fucking back.
Hey, it didn't hurt the next day.
All right. So whatever. So my question to you on that note, Max, is have you ever had a situation like that where you're doing something that you know is kind of dumb fuck dangerous? Because let's be real honest, the Canadian destroyer, while it's entertaining, dope as fuck, it's a little dumb fuck dangerous to do. All right? Like, just period. Like, I love everybody that's got the balls to give or take that move. So love to you for that, Cyanide, for real. Right? But if you ever had a situation like that where you're going in and took something and it made you physically better, like it just helped you somehow.
No, I can't say that that's ever happened to me. Normally it's, making something worse. So that's actually what we would call a miracle, cyanide. So, yeah, consider yourself blessed, because I've never heard of any such thing. And nor has it ever happened to me. So,
in all honesty, when it happened, all I did was feel my back pop, and I felt the pain go away. I didn't feel any more pain after it. I'm like, okay.
So in theory here, you needed your back cracked.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that the force of the Canadian destroyer probably cracked your back just the way you needed it. So, yeah, okay, fair. But I don't think it was necessarily the Canadian destroyer that straightens you out. Because that's not supposed to straighten you out. It's supposed to shorten you up and fuck your shit move.
Right.
So, I'm just throwing that out there. I think whoever performed the move did it wrong, and that's why you got fixed.
For sure.
Well, no. Look, if all I got to say is if that looked right, I still haven't seen the video, Johnny. I'm fucking waiting for it. But if that
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, if that Canadian
We're all going to be waiting for it.
Yeah, if it looked on point though, like, and it was smooth and it looked good, then fuck no. That dude did it better than anybody in the industry ever has, because he's fixing fucking problems while making it look like he's fucking your shit up.
Right.
I mean,
now on to the next question that I have for Max.
No. But
No. It entails this. Have you ever taken a Canadian destroyer?
Ooh.
No. I've never taken any pile driver-esque move.
Now, why?
Well, one, no one can do it for me.
Man, now, I mean, you're a bigger dude. I noticed that. Well, how tall are you?
6'4".
Oh, okay. See, I mean, it's obviously, you've never been in a match with somebody that was another bigger dude that could pull that off on you? I mean, I can understand, you know, a lot of people wouldn't be able to, but I think if you got in the ring with somebody like Undertaker size, it would not be a problem.
Yeah, you know what? If Undertaker called a Canadian destroyer, yeah, sure, I would take it from his old ass. Just because
Fuck you! I would take it from his old ass.
I would be curious to see that shit.
All right, so we've confirmed that Max is willing to die via the hands of the Undertaker. Nothing against the Undertaker. I just don't think at this point in his career he could successfully pull off a Canadian destroyer.
Well, then if that's the case, you probably shouldn't have used him as an example. Now, if Undertaker was like, hey, I'm going to give you a tombstone, it'd be like, all right, that's cool. You've been doing it for, 30 years. I'm cool with that. A Canadian destroyer, I'm doing it for the hell of it at this point.
I mean, it would definitely be interesting to see him at this point in his career try that.
No, be honest, it wouldn't. Because at that point, you're just waiting for him to fail so you can see him fuck up and land on his head and get carried away at that. And no one really wants to see that.
No, except Max.
Yeah,
because he's an asshole.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he calls it, I gotta take it. He's the best.
So wait, are you saying that anyone at that level, like someone that's like at that Undertaker level that like has put in that kind of time, or like a Sting or somebody like who had put in serious time, if they called pretty much anything, you'd be willing to try it with them?
No.
Well, motherfucker, you said you were cool with the Canadian.
Just the Undertaker. Just the Undertaker. The Undertaker. No, just the Undertaker, because he does that type of maneuver. You see, it's at that point with a tombstone. Wait a minute, with a tombstone, I'm pretty safe with Undertaker. There's a 99% chance I'm making it out of there. With a Canadian destroyer, I mean, there's a 90.72342% chance I'm gonna make it out of there alive, just because the Undertaker's done that style of maneuver. There's that differential right there because of the flip. Age has nothing to do with it, I'm sure. How was that for a Scott Steiner promo?
Well, but you said you'd take a fucking Canadian destroyer from the Undertaker, and that was the point I was making. Is that within that, I feel like you would pretty much take anything from any legend. As far as someone that had that.
Now you're just putting words in my mouth, because I agreed to do something with one person. Now I have to do it with everybody.
Hey, no, I was asking you a question. If you would,
no,
that was purely
that's
theoretical.
No.
Motherfucker, don't be putting words in my mouth. I was asking a question, right?
No,
I'm making a statement.
No, it's not work. No.
So, like, you wouldn't take a reverse Hurricane Rana from Sting?
No, and he broke his neck getting power bombed into a turnbuckle. I mean, you got to think about these things, okay?
Fair enough.
I mean, if he's gonna break his neck on a move that's so simple as you're getting set into the turnbuckle, what makes you think I'm gonna let him give me a reverse Hurricane Rana?
Fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough. What up to Allie? Checking out the motherfucking chat shit. I gotta ask you though, then Max, what is the most dangerous thing you think you've ever taken in your career? Like a moment that just made you go, "Fuck! I'm glad I came out alive."
It was actually rather early in my career. I was doing a fest show in Homewood, Illinois, and at the end of the match, it was this big brawl, and me and the other big guy are in the ring. You know, he picks me up to give me his finishing maneuver, which was very similar to the Black Bolt Slam from Abyss. And as he came down with me, the ring gave way, and I was actually slammed through the ring. It wasn't a prop ring. It wasn't set up to do so. It just happened. So that would probably be the most, that'd be that one right there for sure.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, imagine you're 1 second you're up, the next second you're down, and you're actually inside of it. This isn't supposed to, it's one of those moments where you're just like, well, that didn't happen the way it was supposed to. Cool, I'm still alive. Nothing seems to be broken. You know, it's just one of those things that just kind of slowly unwinds as your brain's picking up what just happened to you.
Man, no, like that just had to be a weird. I can only imagine being in a ring and you got a fucking everything planned out, and suddenly the fucking ring collapses out from under you. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one thing if you know the story that you're involved in. It calls for this is going to happen, a very climatic spot. That's cool because you're expecting it at some point. But just to be out there trying to finish a Broadway of a match and then boom, it's like, oh, holy shit. Oh, all right, still alive. Like in the movies, literally when something blows up, he said, touching himself all over. I'm still alive, still here, still feel everything. Toes, 10 fingers. I'm good.
I gotta ask you a question then. Especially, I mean, I got two fucking wrestlers in with the house, because Cyanide does that shit as well. He's just a host over here at NFGR.
Sometimes.
Sometimes he says, whatever the fuck that. Sometimes, whatever, man. Sometimes he takes Canadian destroyers onto chairs and then doesn't produce videos.
It wasn't an open chair. It was flat on the ground.
If it was an open chair, I would call you fucking nuts. I didn't think it was an open chair. Who the fuck ever even said that?
Wikkid.
I mean,
like
dude, if you
that's
first
like
off,
that video going around
chair,
right now of the girl doing a DVD to the other chick.
Hey, look, you'd have to be doing it from an elevated position, and like, just no. So whatever, you're fucking nuts, Johnny. But I want to know because you're talking about rings collapsing. There's one ring collapse, which is where Brock Lesnar suplexed the Big Show into the ring. You guys think that was set up?
Yes.
I would like to believe that the very first one that actually happened wasn't. And then, thereafter, yeah, it was. But I'd like to think it wasn't.
Yeah, I just
was
think the
it
first
though?
one. I think the
Probably.
following ones were. But I think that first one, I don't know. I don't think
yeah.
that ref's that good of an actor.
My favorite one, though, is the ref that does, like, the backflip out of the ring as it collapses. I think that was, like, the most recent one.
Yeah, I think nowadays they do it as a gimmick. But I really think the first time, I don't know, Johnny, you flat out think no, though, Cyanide?
No. That's just, for it to bust and fall out like it did, it had to have been set up. But I see where you guys are coming from. To believe that it's not.
Yep.
I don't know. I wasn't there setting up the ring, so I honestly have no opinion. I just wanted to know what your guys' opinion was in that matter, based on the fact that, you're you both spent way more time in a ring than I ever have. I mean, I've been in a ring, but
I spend more time setting them up than I do anything anymore.
yeah, but I mean, you still fucking. I mean, I've set down and broke one down, or set one up and broke one down too, man. And that in itself will, you know, allow you to look at it and kind of understand what it would truly take to fuck that shit up to that kind of level, especially
Yeah.
to break like that. I mean, that's why I asked that, because you guys have just experienced that way more. But I'm getting way the fuck off topic, because Max Holiday is supposed to be the motherfucking topic today, right? So, Max, man, at this point in your career, what would you say was your biggest match to date?
I would probably go with the most recent one. I'd say I went recently, within the last 6 months, actually. I wrestled James Storm. And it was that, and it wasn't, you know, I like to wrestle, you know, your typical WWE style of matches, old school matches, that is. But with James, we wrestled like an Impact, TNA Impact type of match, and I think that's probably one of my better ones, because I kept up. And I was kind of happy with that.
Well, I will say I enjoyed that particular match. Because that was actually one of the matches that I watched. And yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that match, man. I thought it was a good match. I didn't know it was your most recent, though.
No, it's not my most recent match. I'm saying it is one of the most recent matches that I've had that I would say is probably one of my better ones.
Okay. All right. So, is there anybody you've gotten in the ring with that, knowing who they were, it's intimidated you?
Let me think. Intimidated by? No, not really. As far as like names go, now I've been more intimidated working with some local guys than I have with working with any names that I've worked with. So, and that's just because, you know, a name comes in, they're looking to get to the next town and because they're out here making the money. You know, local guys, some of these guys aren't making hardly any money, no money. Some of these guys are out here, you know, trying to really fight people. So, some guys are just dicks.
Who the fuck? I don't know who the fuck, but somebody's got some weird ass shit on their line.
Well, no, they're cutting fireworks off down the street from my house now.
Well, maybe that's what the fuck I'm hearing. So I don't know. It sounds fucking fucked up. Just like, well, maybe that's.
Yep.
I can see that being fireworks in the background. Tell them to knock that shit off. Fuck Independence Day, motherfucker. This country was never ours to begin with. Let me just be an asshole real quick. Right in the middle of a fucking show, you know, whatever. What are you gonna do? So, in that though, man, like you said, right? You said the local guys are really wanting to fight because obviously they're trying to come up more. And so I assume it's just you're just a little more intimidated because the bigger names are just there to get paid, move on. But then you got fucking local guys that are like, you know, I want to beat the shit out of you to prove a point so they can make it to the next spot.
I mean, yeah, you know, in the earlier part of my career, you're a little green. You don't really know much. You don't. You go in. When I was, you know, younger, I went into locker rooms in my mind. You know, you're nervous because wrestling. 2, you're nervous because you're in the locker room with some people you know, some people you don't know. There may not be a name. So many things going through your head, and now you got this guy over here who's a known dick, or you know, whatever, or he wants to have a problem. You don't know. I'm just saying. At a younger point in my career, for sure, I was more intimidated by some of the local guys than I was by any name. Nowadays, not so much. I'm going to be intimidating.
Oh, you driving, ain't you, Max?
No, that was my brother was laying on his horn, if that's what you just heard.
Well, tell him to knock that shit off. The fuck?
I'm walking around my house.
I just did.
Lame.
Walking around my house waiting to go to the gym as soon as we're done here.
The hell, man. Just Man, go give him a Canadian Destroyer Cyanide right now.
I'm not even arguing. He just got home from work.
Oh, whatever. It would have been funny. See, Max agrees. He's over there fucking laughing about it, right? But Max, I want to know, man, out of every opponent you could face, man, what's that one you'd love to get in the ring with? Like right now on the scene.
Oh, it would either be Rough Crossing or the Beer City Bruiser. Just because those guys were my size, and we've worked with each other so much. It's good to get in there, and things just flow when you're in there with people you're familiar with. So, Rough Crossing and Beer City Bruiser are two of my favorite guys to work right now. And I've pretty much been married to Rough Crossing for the better half of the year. So we've been putting on some, in my opinion, some very good matches lately.
I've witnessed some of those actually, and you ever get a chance to make it out this way factor and see this man wrestle, Rough or Beer City Bruiser, you're in for a very entertaining match.
Now wait, by the Beer City Bruiser, are you referring to the one that runs in Ring of Honor?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to double confirm that shit. Make sure I wasn't thinking of the wrong individual. Cause I'll be honest.
Beer City Bruiser from Milwaukee. Become pretty good friends with him. We've worked a bunch of times. So yeah, the one from Ring of Honor. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah, and I enjoy his work in Ring of Honor because, in all honesty, as far as wrestling is concerned, that's the main one I personally keep track of. I know a lot of the guys on the show give me shit because I don't watch WWE, like, at all.
I mean, there's enough wrestling out there, different styles of wrestling, different brands of wrestling, that everybody can enjoy something. Whether it's WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Lucha Underground. I mean, there's so much, or your local independent promotion. There's just so much wrestling out there that, there's a little something for everyone.
Now, I do have a question for you, Max, that I'm thinking about this. Why do you call for... What is up with the name Sue at the end of every match?
That's how I finish my matches, man. It seems to be my go-to. What I use to take it home. Sue is my best friend and my confidant, someone that's with me at all times. That being my right boot. That's the one that gets the money, gets the job done. So
right.
That's why at the end of every match I call for Sue, and she comes out and she puts the exclamation point on the paragraph.
Right on.
Hell no.
The best part,
I like that.
The best part though, is watching Sue evolve over the years. If you go back and you just watch the actual move, the boot. It's pretty, in my opinion, pretty cool. A lot of people are a fan of it. So, boot named Sue.
Right on.
Named Sue. Whatever. Not enough super kicks.
It's not super kick.
He loves super kicks. He's always on a super kick thing.
Hey, look. That's my problem with the WWE. You hear me? There ain't enough fucking super kicks. It's bullshit.
Well, I would definitely say a boot named Sue is greater than a super kick.
I would say it would depend on who was throwing the super kick.
Fair. I'm going to say because Sue and super kicks have done battle before and she's come out on top. But I will give you that.
Yeah, that's I can't give you the overall on that one, Max. I can't. So I'll give you their boot is superior to some super kicks, but then there's some super kicks out there where I'm like, fuck that shit. Like, seriously, like that dude, all he's got to do is be like, yeah, I really did want to take your head off, and he'll take your fucking head off. And there's quite a few wrestlers that can fully accomplish that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You ever felt like doing that in the ring, Max? Somebody just piss you off, and you're like, I'm gonna make him eat this boot.
Yes, and I've been asked to, hey, make sure you lay it in on this kid. So yeah, no, for sure. I've definitely. Some people have eaten the sole of my boot for sure.
Man, don't you feel bad about that?
No, I don't. No, it's all wrestlers are dicks. It's a matter of to what extent. I don't care. I mean, I'm out there to do one thing, and that is to pin your shoulders to the ground. 1, 2, 3. After that, you want to shake my hand, shake my hand. But it is what it is.
Oh, so you adhere to the code of honor?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Interesting. I've just never heard that referred to outside of Ring of Honor, I guess, really, as far as someone saying.
You need to expand your horizons, sir.
I'm from radio, sir. I try to invest as much time in the shit that I have to, but fuck off, man. I was watching you today.
Oh, that's all you need. That's good. Fair.
Damn.
Quality content there.
Bunch of goddamn egomaniacs. Like, oh, you watching me? Shit, that's all you needed.
Yep. I mean, why else are we doing this? Oh, besides the kids?
How many indie companies do you wrestle for currently?
Currently and consistently, I'm only working with 2 companies. There's the one and done here and there, but consistently, I've cut my schedule back to Bruce City Wrestling in Wisconsin, Journal and Ringside Wrestling in Indiana. I was doing Anarchy Pro in Illinois. I had one in each state I was doing, but Anarchy's recently closed. So, for the most part, I'm doing 2. I do the offshoots. I do one and done here and there. Supposed to be going out to Decatur or something like that here in the coming week.
Decatur, Indiana?
Yeah. Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. Okay, yeah.
So,
I don't think that's actually...
but it's pretty cool, though, because with both companies, I stay pretty busy. This Friday, I'm leaving for Wisconsin, as I'll be up in Waukesha on Friday night. It'll be my first time back at Bruiser City Wrestling in 4 months since losing the ECW World Heavyweight title, and it is a legit World Heavyweight title as it's been defended in Japan by Steve Corino, for anyone that may question that. Yeah, so I'll be in a triple threat match, actually. Cahagas, Tokyo Monster Cahagas with Kevin Sullivan. That's who won the title from me 4 months ago. He will be defending against his latest rival, the high-octane Onyx Andretti, and myself in a 3-way match on Friday. Then on Saturday and Sunday at the Milwaukee Summerfest, Bruiser City Wrestling will be there, and they have a show each night at 5 p.m. It's free with admission to the park, and I believe admission to the park is like $10, $15 or something like that. So yeah, we'll be there on Saturday and Sunday, and then on Tuesday we'll be in Franklin Park, Wisconsin, and then on the 4th we'll be doing an afternoon show, and we'll actually be doing a parade in the morning in Watertown, Wisconsin, and then doing an afternoon show in Watertown, and head back home for the 4th of July that evening. So, like I said, that's just Bruiser City this week. So I stay pretty busy with both groups. I know ARW's got a line of festivals coming up as well. So I stay busy with what I have. And when I have time, I take a booking here and there. At this point, I'm trying to concentrate on what I do. I'm trying to make what I do look good. And I'm putting it out there because I've given myself a time limit on wrestling. I've achieved a lot of goals I've set forth for myself. One of those goals is just, being a name in the Chicagoland/Midwest area, and that's happened. So, I got one other goal I want to achieve, and I'll consider myself a success. So that's where I'm at. After that, we'll see if I continue or not. But I mean, how do I segue through that? Oh, I need to stop smoking. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Next question.
Wait. First off, why did you say you need to stop smoking? I need to know.
Just what, I don't know. Yeah, I just felt like I just rambled off and I totally lost train of thought of where I was going with it, but,
Oh, well, I just want to know what your other goal is.
That being to get onto national TV and at least wrestle a match. I don't want to be an extra. I don't want to be a EMT. I don't want to be a standby. It is to wrestle. It's not so much to get signed. I think I know my age is against me in this sport at this stage of the game. So if I can actually get a match on national TV, be it WWE, be it or Ring of Honor, I think those are the only two that really have TV deals. I don't even think Impact has a serious TV deal. Maybe they do. I don't know. Either way, but
they're on Pop TV.
Okay, well there you go. So more or less, that's my goal, is to wrestle a match on TV, get my 5 minutes. That's not too much to be signed. If I got signed, that would be amazing. That'd be an added bonus and life goal achieved. That point is downhill. But yeah, right. So I'll give myself till 40, which is I'll be 38 in September. So I got a little bit of time.
Right.
And what I've seen, man, I mean, your shit was smooth in ring, but I gotta say, my current life goal is I need another beer. And since my wife went upstairs, I have to go get it myself. And my other life goal is Cyanide. This interview has not been awkward at all. Make it awkward right now.
It's been way too serious, but he wants you to talk.
Yeah, I know. I'm used to Chuckklez asking the messed up questions.
Yeah, it happens. Right. So, yep.
Yeah,
now we're really making it a different kind of awkward. Not so much an uncomfortable awkward, just some weird questions been asked, but that awkward silence type of awkward, which is extremely uncomfortable at times.
I agree.
Something like, this happens where someone just starts rambling about nothing. Could be the weather, could be, they woke up with the abscess tooth this morning and popped it while brushing their teeth, and it was absolutely disgusting. I mean, maybe they have the boil on their tail.
Okay. A question that's been asked a few times.
Okay, sorry. I was just trying to carry the conversation.
No, yeah, I know. A question's been asked a few times that I've heard, and it was a guy that called in and asked it. If somebody ever came at you with a rusted hubcap with condoms attached to it in a wrestling match, what would you do?
It's a rusted hubcap with attached condoms?
With used condoms. Shout out to Bloody Ruckus, by the way, for that particular question. Free that motherfucker, by the way, because he shouldn't be serving no time, but that's another note altogether.
I just asked him about the hubcaps and the condoms.
Yeah. What's up, man? Hubcap with fucking tied with used condoms tied to it. That dude's coming swinging at your face.
Oh, this is coming swinging at my face. Oh, well, that's easy. You duck. I mean, no question about it. You just duck.
Oh, you ain't got...
You duck.
All right, well, he's going to keep swinging, man. What you going to do? Like, he's just going to keep coming after you with it.
Oh, no, because, see, it's pro wrestling, so he's going to swing wildly at me with this rusted out hubcap that has attached to used condoms, and I'm going to duck, and he's going to swing wildly. And what's going to happen is the momentum of his body is going to make him fall forward, and he's going to end up taking the said rusted hubcap full of used condoms to his face, and it's going to look like someone just had the money shot all over him. That's how that works.
This motherfucker done press star 2. Yeah, sorry for anybody that doesn't play the WWE games. That's the PlayStation R2. That's your reverse and shit. He's like, I'm gonna reverse. Yeah. Fuck that. All right. Well, let's change that. Let's say that motherfucker is running down the aisle, or let's say he's just pacing down the aisle, and you're in the ring, and you can tell he's gonna come at you in a very controlled manner, and you're either gonna run or get hit by this. Then what do you do, Max?
Oh, now I'm just given the option of run or get hit by it. Yeah. I'm gonna run. I mean, why would I take the option of getting hit by it?
I don't know, man. I figure some sick fuck probably wants to.
There probably is some sick fuck out there that would not mind taking the rusted hubcap full of used condoms to the forehead. Unfortunately for the listeners tonight, I am not that sick fuck. I'm going to run. It's like my mom taught me to run from fire, not into a burning building. Run from it. So, yeah.
But what if the kitty's in the building burning alive, Max?
Kitty's already burning alive. What the fuck am I going to do with it? It's already burning alive. Watch the scenarios you're giving. If the cat's already burning, I can't help it.
Whatever, Cyanide. Fuck with him.
If the cat's not now, if the cat wasn't burning, I would direct the fire in the direction of which the cat is. I do not run into burning buildings. I'm sorry. But I would also, let's note that I wouldn't be that idiot that runs out of a burning building without my pets. My pets would probably be in front of me running. So,
right.
Whoever did that, they're a fucking asshole.
All right, fair enough. Well, let's take this to another one of Ruckus's questions. Which I don't know what fucking episode that was on. He called in with a little stream up, and we like to use them. They're damn good ones. Right? Let's say you're in the ring with somebody. Let's say you're in the ring with somebody, Max. Right?
Yeah.
You guys are having a decent match.
Suddenly,
old boy just starts getting real handsy. You know, like just grabbing all up on you, grabbing that crotch, just in a very sexual manner, starts getting real handsy. And that ain't his gimmick. He's just doing it. What you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're gonna get uncomfortable, and I'm gonna get handsy right back, and I'm gonna start to get handsy like the ring.
For some reason, I just expected that answer from him, Cyanide.
Hey, now.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn around and, be like everybody else, turn around, I'll approach him and push him off. And, yeah, no. All right, you want to go? Let's go. Let's have fun with this. Let's see how far you want to take it.
You say have fun with it then. Let's take it this far then. Oh, God damn it, Johnny, Cyanide, help me out. It ain't you. It's Johnny fucking...
Have you ever actually had that happen where somebody did get grabby with you in a match?
No. Oh, wait, you know what? Not in a sexual manner, but more so in a trying to make me uncomfortable manner, like not so much grabbing my dick, but like grabbing my thigh or getting close, the back of my ass, something along that line in a grabby fashion, yes. Trying to make me uncomfortable, yeah, that's happened. In a sexual manner, no, that's not happened. I've never had an instance like that. Unless one of these dickheads who was just trying to be an asshole was actually doing it in a sexual manner, then that would change things. But, yeah, no.
I know one of you guys know the guy that I'm about to refer to. I'm slightly annoyed that I can't remember his name. I'm pretty sure it's Johnny something. But he does the dick hold, where he makes you grab a hold of his dick and then he fucking gives you an arm drag with it.
Joey Ryan?
Joey Ryan! Thank you. Max, would you take it?
I don't know. I mean, probably. I don't know. I've never been put in that type of scenario with him. I'm assuming if I'm in a story with Joey Ryan, it calls for it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't
you're in a match with Joey Ryan. I'm pretty sure he calls for it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess either that or I block it and kick him in the nuts with two. I don't know. That would be like my comeback. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, yeah, I'll take it.
What do you think of that, man? Like, I mean, because I watched you. You seem to use more of an old school style as far as how you really wrestle, man. I mean, when you look at that move, it's obvious. I don't even know what style you would call that particular.
Yeah. Well, like
I said
earlier, there's a style or a brand or of wrestling for everyone. It's funny, yeah, and I'm gonna laugh at it because she's pushing some dude with his dick, if you will. But I am more a fan of the old school style where, my job is to perform a live action stunt fight for you, if you will. That's why my job is to make you believe we're fighting. And that's what I'm a fan of. You flipping me with your dick is in no way, shape, or form real. Because I think we all understand, concepts of gravity and physics and the way it works, and it's impossible to do. If anything, I'm going to squeeze your nuts if you put my hand on your dick if we're in a fight. So
you underestimate the power of Joey Ryan's dick.
Yeah. Apparently I do. Apparently I do. But again, I'm not going to shit on him because it is a business, it is a huge business, and it is a business that's expanding. And that's a part of pro wrestling now. There is a niche for stuff like that. If I happen to be in that niche, then I will, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, if you will. Because I want to help, progress pro wrestling, like the next guy. So, am I a fan of it? Not so much. Am I going to laugh at it? Of course, it's fucking funny. Am I going to take it? I'm there and they call for it, yeah.
Fair enough. So I'm curious then, with everything that's happened with wrestling I'd say over the past, it's evolved a lot really in the past 2 decades, in my opinion, as far as all the styles coming together and then just creating a mesh of a lot of things. I think, and you've seen this with a number of things, ladies and gentlemen, over through entertainment and fucking MMA, wrestling, all of this. I think it's happened. It's because of the internet. And things have just came together and turned into something else in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
But with that, man, is there anything that's come from that you look at and go, Jesus fucking Christ, how the fuck did that happen?
Yes. With the broadening and progression of wrestling and the introduction of the internet, nowadays we understand that everybody has a voice. So with everybody having a voice, it appears that everybody can be whatever they want to be and do whatever they want to do. So hence why you have very, very shitty wrestling, which I think, with the good comes the bad. So with the progression of wrestling and, the meshing of styles and all of that we just discussed, with that comes the bad, and that being, everybody can do it. When in all reality, very few can do it and be good at it. And I'm not saying I'm the best in the world at it either. Clearly, I've been doing it for 20-some years. I've never been signed. But with the good does come the bad. I'm probably in the middle. I'm probably mediocre.
So ostensibly, it's oversaturated, is what you're saying.
Oh, it is. It absolutely is, because with oversaturation, you have promoters that'll hire guys that'll work for, a hot dog and a handshake over. I always make the joke that I am one of the most expensive indie guys that is not a name, because I believe in my worth as a wrestler, and as someone that's going out there, I believe I'm good enough. I have hundreds of people that tell me, on a regular basis, I'm their favorite wrestler out of all the wrestlers. So I know what my worth is, and I stick to my guns when it comes to prices as far as me working. But there's promoters that feel that, for one max holiday, I can get, 3 guys for $10 a piece, or actually, no, that'd be more like 5, 6, 7 guys. They could get probably an entire roster, if you will. Guys on hot dogs and handshake and $10 paydays. So it's just, I just like to think I know my worth, and that's why I wrestle in very few spots. Because you got guys, there is a complete oversaturation of wrestling. In my opinion, pro wrestling is being overtaken by the beta male, because they're doing it gang style. But, that kind of bleeds into the rest of the world, but I'm not even going to get into all that.
No, let's get into all that, because that brings up ROH's current current World Heavyweight Champion.
How did that bring up Ring of Honor's current World Heavyweight Champion?
Because you were bringing up that it was the beta male?
I've met him, and he's far, far from beta male. Just because he's flamboyant doesn't mean he's a beta male.
Alright.
No.
Fair enough. I mean, I only base what I see off his
I've talked with him. He's definitely, he's the real deal when it comes to, he's one of those guys that you would go into, you'd pick a fight with at a bar thinking, I'm about to fuck this dude up just because you're in a bad mood. And when in actuality, you're going to be in an even worse mood in about 3 minutes because this dude is a lethal weapon. And you just don't fucking know it. That's the problem.
Hell
But
yeah.
I'm talking a totally different sense as far as beta males. It's something totally different, totally, let's not go there.
Oh, man, can we? Because I want to know what you mean.
No, let's just leave it there. I don't delve into other things. I'm trying to go to the gym still. I don't want to go there. In my opinion, I believe, and you can look at the pro wrestling world, but you have to look at the entire landscape of it. You have to come out of the high castles, if you will, of the WWE, the Ring of Honor, the Impact. You have to come down to the independent level, which is thriving. But again, with the good comes the bad. So, and the bad, there's a lot of it, and it's beta male gang mentality takeover. It is what it is.
Can we just get a general description of what you mean by beta male in the wrestling industry?
Beta male in the wrestling industry. Your skinny fat kids. There's a plethora of them. Jesus Christ, man. I don't want to delve into this because it's going to delve into culture, it's going to delve into other things, and we're just going to leave it at that. Go look up the definition of a beta male. Go look up the definition of an alpha male, and you'll then understand what I'm saying. Okay?
I know what an alpha male is.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your listeners. Beta male is a bunch of followers, is what I'm saying. With an alpha male and a beta male, you usually have your alpha male who's the man.
Okay. I
beta male's going to eat
apologize.
What happened?
Wait. Real quick, I just looked that up, and I just want to apologize to the current Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, because I've watched quite a few of your matches, and you do some dumb shit, bro, and I appreciate you for it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know what else to say.
Okay, Max, since you spoke on different things you wanted to do in your career, is there a specific area, state-wise, or even country that you want to travel to wrestle?
I would like to go over to Japan. Outside of that, just traveling and wrestling, period. That's my goal. That's my path number one. Being able to do that would be, that's living the dream. And when I see Bruiser, I constantly tell them, thank you for living the dream for some of us. Ultimately just traveling in general. But I would like to go to Japan. Right on. I feel that I would last a lot longer than some people that, had one match there, took off in the middle of the match crying like a little baby, went to the bathroom, locked himself in there, and went home early of a 3-day tour. But I feel like I could do way better than that.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories about Japan, though. Like, that span back decades. Like, that's a place where you go that you better hold your fucking own or they're going to hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I feel that if I was to go to somewhere like Japan, I would thrive in that type of market. Mostly, let's say 50% of it would be because of the similarities I carry to Bruiser Brody, who now is someone that I have gone back later in my career while expanding my knowledge of the pro wrestling world, found that was similar in style to what I did, and I was able to look at him and model a lot of what I do after now. So, and Brody was huge. If anyone knows, if you don't know, just Google Bruiser Brody. He was huge over there. He was huge in Puerto Rico. He was huge all over the world. He was in WWE for a short time. So, if that's your gold standard. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. Alright, I love that you bring up that old school of a fucking name, though, in Bruiser Brody. And like Max said, if you don't know who that is and you're into wrestling, I think you should definitely go look it up. Or look him up. He's one of I'd say probably one of the original real big superstars of professional wrestling, in my opinion. Like, one of the guys that really made it as an international name, a national name, like, just really had a fucking name, like, almost anywhere he went.
He was an international superstar without having to be in WWE. Similar to the way that wrestling is now, where you have a lot of guys that are actual international superstars that aren't necessarily signed to big companies. I mean, that's kind of how it was back in the territory days, and that's why I joke all the time about, technically we're transitioning back to territorial days where we can have these superstars all over that don't have to be signed to major companies. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. He's an international superstar, and he wasn't signed to a major company. And yeah, one of the first biggest, I mean, not one of the first, but yes, one of the biggest international superstars, for sure. I mean, him and Stan Hansen alone in Japan was great. Brody and Abdullah, they had epic battles, bloody matches. I mean, if you're into blood, go watch those type of matches. Like I said, back to what I said, there's a niche for everybody in the pro wrestling world.
Now, with you bringing up matches with blood, have you ever been in a match to where you've had that situation to where you're just gushing blood and wondering what to do next?
No. Bleeding, yes. Crimson Mask style, never happened. But yeah, I have blood. I've been in matches where people have excessively blood. But as for me, again, mediocre bleeding.
You ain't never done that full Crimson Mask before, man? Why not?
No. You know, again, I'll reference back to one of the most expensive non-international wrestling superstars. Send me, pay me. You want blood? We're gonna be talking about a lot bigger contract.
So death matches are out of the question.
Like I said, bigger contract.
But you would accept a death match for the right contract?
$1 million man is always sad. Everybody has to fight. I just don't know what my price is yet for something like that.
So what's the most extreme thing you think you've done in the ring as far as getting to that death match level?
I've had hardcore matches. You said you watched the James Storm match where I was slammed to a metal guardrail.
Ow.
I've had, exactly. I mean, I've done your basic hardcore matches: chairs, tables, shades, stop signs, chairs, chains. As far as anything like exploding barbed wire tables or rings or all barbed wire ropes or anything to that effect, I've never done, no. But your basic hardcore matches, we pull a few weapons out, trash can here, shopping cart there. Yeah.
Pretty much an old school traditional hardcore match.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm curious then, man. Let's say not what is your favorite type of match to watch as a fan?
Like a gimmick match?
Like, I mean, do you prefer to watch lucha? Do you prefer to watch a couple of high flyers? Do you prefer to watch a death match? Do you prefer to watch some fucking old school, fucking catch as catch can style?
Anything,
you want a fucking spot fest?
I'm not. Spot fests are fun to watch. I'm not going out of my way to watch them. I prefer anything from my youth, if you will. So, late '80s, '90s, early 2000s. 3 decades. Anywhere through there, absolutely. Those style of matches, as far as just regular brawler type matches. The flashiness of lucha is very cool. Not my cup of tea. Spot fest, it's cool. Not my cup of tea. Death matches, I can handle so much of them. Just give me a good, knockdown drag out of a match. Maybe give me something like a Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat, or I just watched who the fuck was I just watching? crap. Give me Brody Abdullah, you know. Give me Stan Hansen. Give me those type of brawling matches, and that's what I'm down for. Like watching Brody embarrass Lex Luger inside of a steel cage to the point where Lex Luger takes off running. That type of stuff is entertaining to me.
So who you think really is pushing that style nowadays in the current fucking mainstream industry of wrestling?
Definitely the Good Brothers, for sure. They constantly get credit for it. You know, and Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, those two, I've wrestled on cards with those two cool dudes that are keeping that. If you watch their matches, they just have that old school vibe about them with a little new school edge, and it's fun to watch, and I enjoy their matches. So I would say those guys, they're the ones that constantly get credit for it, so why not keep on giving credit to them?
Fair enough. Hey, now, man, I'm going to ask this next question. And before you answer it, Max, I want Cyanide. I want you to answer me, why the fuck haven't we not been asking this question every show? I want you to tell me that before he answers it, right? So,
Okay.
back when there was a war, when there was a Monday Night War, right? Raw,
Yeah.
Nitro, and why? Why the fuck have we not been asking that question for a long goddamn time, Cyanide?
That's a good question.
I know. For real. It's a damn good question. It just popped in my head. I don't know why we ain't been using it. So, Max, this is going to be a permanent question on the show. You're the first one that gets it. Monday Night War, Raw, Nitro, and why?
All right. So when those wars first kicked off, I was a WWE guy, and that's because, you know, at the time I was, and still am, a Kevin Nash mark. Diesel, two dudes with attitude, Shawn Michaels and Diesel, were the second ignition or the second spark of pro wrestling from my youth that got me back into watching wrestling. And I was just a huge Kevin Nash mark. Now, thinking back to what I said earlier about Brody and Hogan and Nash, looking in comparison to the three, we're all big men that all wrestle very similar styles, some a little rougher, some a little more refined. So initially, I was watching WWE. So following my logic now, when Scott Hall, because like all wrestling fans would, I would just play on WWE or at the time more. But the day that Scott Hall appeared on WCW Nitro was the day that I started watching Nitro more, because Kevin Nash, Hogan, NWO. I am a New World Order mark from jump. So, I mean, me and my buddy, you're NWO, you're NWO for life. That's probably lasted this whole
Can I just say that's so funny? You should go back and check out the live feed and see the red and black shirt I got on right now.
I got the damn wallet, so
Yeah, I'm sporting that red and black Wolfpack right now.
Yeah, Wolfpack is back, causing mass destruction.
Yeah, that was my shit. I done the Wolfpack. Hell yeah. Wait, dude, we need to remember that question, Cyanide, and always use it. I don't know why the fuck we haven't been. I like that, though, to see that you were following a particular wrestler as opposed to just the overall storyline, man. What did you think of that whole situation? I'm curious, and do you ever think there'll be something that'll bring that kind of competition again to the WWE?
I could only hope. The problem with that now is that WWE has expanded their reach so much. I mean, they're becoming more, I mean, they are becoming pro wrestling when you look at it, because there's so much. You now have Raw, you have SmackDown, you have 205 Live. Don't be surprised when you get an all divas wrestling, or I'm sorry, they're not divas no more, an all women's wrestling show pop up. I mean, the UK has a brand now, so will it ever happen and someone give them a run for their money? I don't think we'll ever get that type of scenario. Monday Night War showdown rather. I think that time is coming down. I think now what's happening is WWE won the war, so we now live in a WWE universe where up above, you know, that's the Mecca, and then below that is where you have your Ring of Honors and stuff that float above the stepping stones, if you will, to the Mecca that is WWE. I mean, that's kind of how I view it now. The real war is watching New Japan, Ring of Honor, the Impact. That's where you're wrestling, Lucha Underground. That's those guys battling for supremacy, because I think it's going to take a lot at this point to take WWE down. So that's
can I tell you my opinion of why? TNA fucked up and went after him way too soon. They should have gave themselves another 2-3 years to build up before they're like, we're going to go after Raw. What are you, fucking retarded?
Agreed. Yeah. No, I agree with you there. Maybe they should have went after SmackDown first.
That would have been a better choice.
But they definitely put the cart before the horses, they say, in that scenario.
Yeah.
Well, even if you're going after SmackDown, they could have went after NXT or one of the lower branches of the WWE to try to start off.
I mean, I feel like NXT was started to compete, to say fuck you to Impact. That's my opinion. NXT was one of those, fuck you guys, we'll show you how to do it, right? We'll show you. NXT is like the super indie fest. It's like Triple H is living out of fantasy. He wanted to be a promoter all his life, and this is his opportunity. But you know what I mean?
Well, half of TNA's guys are now on NXT or on the main roster.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just a funnel. So
half the NXT guys came from Ring of Honor, and it really pisses me off.
Because a lot of them start watching WWE product now?
It pisses me off because they made Ring of Honor such a lesser product, and then they take all these motherfuckers that were fantastic wrestlers, and they take away half of what the fuck they were capable of.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you have to know, though, that once something happens there, it's going to become a watered-down product.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And I understand that, Max. But you know what? I never expected to see a package pile driver ever again from Kevin Steen the second he signed that fucking contract. But don't do some half-ass bullshit side slam that teases the fuck out of my dick like you're gonna package pile drive John Cena in the middle of the fucking ring, you asshole. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't tease me like that. That's some rude shit. You can't pick up that and then little side slam bull. Fuck you. I love you, Kevin Steen, though, for real. Like, you dope shit. That's one of my fucking... That's a favorite of mine. Wikkid always bitches at me for it because he hates Kevin Steen. He does. I don't get it. But yeah. They limit them too much, man. That's what offends me about it, is they sign these guys that are fantastic, and they instantly do limit their arsenal so much in what they'll do. You know, it's like, I don't even think they'll let fucking Steen ever pull a package pile driver at, like, Wrestle fucking Mania.
Well, I mean, they pull back on a lot of the stuff they do, because now you made it there, now you're looking at longevity. You know, I mean, you have to pull back, and that's, I believe, why some of it gets watered down, because they then program you to wrestle in a style that's going to, you know, make your career a little bit longer than what it would be if you continue throwing package pile drivers and stuff like that.
Okay, well then let me argue that point. So you say it's for the point of longevity. I would think, personally, that a package pile driver would do far less damage to someone than getting powerbombed onto the apron of the fucking ring. And not even that, but the corner of it on your spine. Like the way he does that shit.
Yeah. But I've also noticed that on their ring they have about a good foot of ring apron on the outside of the rope. So there's plenty of, you know, the way that all those guys land, it's safer than a package pile driver.
Okay,
honestly, I'm just saying, from what I see, I've never taken either one of the moves. It's all just, you know, based off of my perception and my opinion. So.
Okay.
Man, Johnny, do you agree? I'm curious.
What, on the whole being watered down and...
No, on which one would be safer to take, a package pile driver or that fucking pile driver or that or a power bomb to the fucking ring apron?
Well, it all comes in also how you're doing it and if you trust the person that's
no. Cyanide, you're taking it from Kevin Steen. What can he hurt you less with? On a fucking average basis.
To me, I would take the package pile driver. I'd like to see what's happening. I don't want to be like my back straight into a pole.
I see that point. I see your point though too, Max. Because I mean, I guess that shit is, yeah, it's a bit more padded than most.
To each their own. I don't think it has anything to do with padding. I just think, it's all around. It's just a safer bump, if you will. You're not landing on your head. You're actually landing on your shoulders, upper back. So, and I mean, that's where you're trained to land for your bumps anyways. So that's where you take most of the impact in 80% of your matches. So I'm just coming at it from a work standpoint, my friend.
I don't know, man. I see your point, but looking at those two moves, and like I said, I've seen him deliver both of those a lot. I've seen him deliver both of them a lot in the independents, and I've seen him deliver that power bomb quite a few times on the fucking apron in the WWE. And I don't know. I agree with Cyanide. If you told me I had to take one, I'm taking the package. I am.
Yeah.
I feel like I could tuck my head and be way safer, and no chance of my back getting broke. That's just me. That's the one thing that really surprised me about the WWE, though, that they even allowed him to do that fucking move, man. That's what amazes me. That I feel like I see them allowing moves that are dangerous as fuck, and then there's shit like the package pile driver where I'm like, I don't feel like that's dangerous, because I've seen him deliver it I don't know how many times to I don't know how many fucking people. And with the way he cradles you, I just don't feel like there's a danger involved in that move, man, as long as you tuck your head. I mean, if you're a fucking idiot and put your head against the back of your head against his dick, you're going to get fucked up. Well, that's your own goddamn fault.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, hey, to each their own. It's all perspective, man. If given the choice, I would take the powerbomb.
Dude.
Okay, now that we're speaking of guys that are on the roster or the whole Monday Night War or anything, who do you think was the most underrated pretty much because they're not using them as much like they should have. Which superstar was the most underrated one?
Which was underrated or underused in the war?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the Monday Night War, who was the most underutilized that is now a superstar?
Yes.
Okay. Chris Jericho.
Ooh.
Chris Jericho came to Chris Jericho was definitely a diamond in the rough in WCW. When he came to WWE, he really broke out, and they really let him shine. And he really worked with the WWE style, and I just think that, during that war, he was definitely the most underutilized person. That is now a current superstar. I think they could have gone far with that.
Yeah, that's a damn good answer, Max. I'm curious, man. Is there any style of opponent that worries you when you're getting in the ring with them? Like, does it concern you if you're getting in somebody that does a shitload of lucha and you know you're gonna have to take Mad Hurricane Rana and high flying shit, or someone that does is just gonna strike you, anything like that?
No, the guys that stop guys that want to do a lot of shit. So, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I have a hard time remembering shit as it is. So, yeah. Those are the guys that kind of drag work. And it was it was a similar scenario when I was getting into the ring with James Storm. It was an impact style of match, and you know how those matches go, and they're more or less they're very spotty matches, which I'm not a fan of, but that's to go back. That's why I called that one of my better matches too. I hung with that style. That was, in my opinion, impressive. So.
Is there a style that would worry about you as far as your ability to hang in it?
No. I've wrestled Lucha Company. Not worried about that. Like I said, my biggest hang-up would have been hardcore. I'm not really... Death matches, again, it just goes back to being a hardcore match. Really, it was the impact style match, the whole spotty thing. But I accomplished that. So no, I feel that with whatever your style is, I feel that I can match my, fist to face very well with whatever you're doing.
Okay.
I think that's the sign of a wrestler that is a good wrestler, in my opinion, because that's something that a wrestler that is competent in their craft should be able to do, is mesh it with whoever, whether it's fucking, Abdullah the Butcher wanting to stab the fuck out of you with a fork, or Rey Mysterio wanting to flip fucking around like a goddamn madman, or flip out of Ring of Honor wanting to flip even more like a madman. Or, Samoa Joe, who just wants to beat the shit out of you and put you in a submission hold. To be able to work with any of them, I think is the mark of a great wrestler. It's great that you think like that. Man. Do you think that's a problem? Do you think there are people that don't think like that are like, oh, my style is my style, and fuck you if you can't work it?
Oh, I'm sure there are. I mean, at one point I thought that. So, it's something that just comes with time and experience, and eventually you learn that, at the end of the day, when you break it all down, it's the same stuff. It's just a matter of someone's flash or pizzazz they put on it. Jazz hands.
So, oh fuck! I lost my next question. I had it right on my brain, and then you said that, and I lost it. So Cyanide asked the next question.
I hate it when it happens.
Don't you?
So, while he's thinking about his question, what do you think with the whole signing Ronda Rousey and now all these female MMA superstars are coming in?
Cool. I mean, whatever's like, wrestling is progressing. It's expanding. Right now, women's wrestling is hot. The MMA girls, I'm only assuming, they realize, short of travel, it's a little bit lighter load on their body, a little bit, in comparison to MMA matches. Granted, they're going to be working a lot more. They won't be working. I don't want to take away from either one. But I feel that, not saying they're money grabbing either, but Ronda Rousey, I like her transition. I was a little worried, but after listening to her and her explain how, this is something she's wanted to do, she's always wanted to be a pro wrestler, I had gained a little respect. And then to watch her as she's progressed. Now, granted, I feel that I'm glad that they didn't put a title on her. I felt, one, it's way too early, and they would have discredited any work they put into her by doing so.
Right.
But I feel that Ronda Rousey is, she's definitely going to be one of the best women wrestlers that, has possibly ever existed if she continues to progress in the manner that she is. Her ability to take what she did in MMA and transition that to the pro wrestling world,
it was smooth.
It's very smooth. I mean, granted, she's a judo wrestler, or judo, you know what I mean. Anyways, the way that she's been able to transition everything into pro wrestling, it's been phenomenal. It's been smooth. She doesn't really do anything risky. She stays in her wheelhouse, and I enjoy watching her work. I'm enjoying watching her progress. So as far as the women's revolution, it's cool. I feel at some point it's going to get a little, oh, here we go again. It's another woman's purge. I feel that they're really shoving it down everyone's throat, and they need to back off a little bit. Again, too much of something is going to make it bad. That's just my opinion. But again, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing with Ronda Rousey. And these MMA girls, I haven't seen all of the MMA girls in action. But if they transition anything like Rousey, then I think it's good for the business for sure.
Let's take this the opposite way now, Max. Because obviously we've seen one wrestler transition into the MMA very successfully, that being Brock Lesnar, who then became the UFC heavyweight
I wouldn't say successful.
Man, look, the motherfucker won the UFC heavyweight championship. That can't be that unsuccessful.
Yeah, no, Brock Lesnar was a very successful transition into the UFC.
Yeah, right.
I mean, to go from pro wrestling into MMA and to have, legit, badasses be scared of you to the point of, he's in there crushing motherfuckers. That was a beautiful transition for him.
So let's talk about another transition in MMA, which unfortunately I haven't seen any of the fights, and it kind of saddens because I was a great fan of this man in Ring of Honor, as well as in what he did in WWE for the most part. That being CM Punk. What do you think of his transition from the WWE wrestling into MMA?
Ultimately, it's a fail in the world of sport. When it comes to bank accounts, I think it's a win for both. Even with the negative press after the first fight, I agree with Joe Rogan. He's not very athletic in this aspect. Punk was lucky, if you will, to get to live out a childhood dream that most people only dream about and never get to see. He got the red carpet in. The problem was that he was all talk. Is he an accomplished jiu-jitsu fighter? He's all right. Would he hold up in a street fight? Maybe. In the UFC? No. Clearly. I mean, that was abundantly clear. But he got paid, and I'm pretty sure that had a big thing to do with it as well. I thought he had signed a 3-fight contract, but apparently it was only a 2. So unless they're letting him out of the third one. But yeah, that was an epic fail.
I heard the motherfucker that he fought most recently in his last fight was tickling him during the fight.
Oh, I don't think he was tickling him, but he was. At any time the kid could have shut the fight down, he was definitely toying with him.
I heard this from Joe Rogan's podcast, which I checked that out too. As far as his opinion on this whole situation with CM Punk and everything he said in regards to him just not being athletic. And he said, they said that actually his opponent was tickling him during the fight. That was what was said on the podcast. Again, I haven't seen the fight. And they said that's why
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look.
Dana White was so pissed. Not even at CM Punk, but at CM Punk's opponent, because he's like, you're making the fucking sport look foolish. You should have just finished him off, and you're sitting there dicking the fuck around, tickling him, being a fucking asshole. And apparently that caused a huge issue with that particular fighter.
Yeah, I guess that, according to Dana White from that press conference, that guy's never going to fight in the UFC again because of that.
That's why, look, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in wrestling, you can dick around and make it look entertaining. If you're an MMA fighter, just knock them the fuck out. Christ.
Right.
No one wants to see you tickle your opponent in an MMA fight. I'm just saying. I don't give a fuck how funny it was. But shout out to the Second City Saints. Look, the Second City Saints were the shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yep.
Nobody even knows who the Second City Saints are.
Are we talking about on the phone, or are we talking about in general?
I'm talking about CM Punk and Colt Cabana back in the day in Ring of Honor.
Right. And Ace Steel.
Oh, yeah, and Ace Steel. My bad. I'm sorry, Ace. I left you out. For real. Shout out to Ace. I forgot they did that Freebird shit with 3-3 and this and that. Ring of Honor did a lot of that. Shout out. Yeah, whatever. Second City Saints, though, man, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching them three work as a team. I don't know. I mean, to hear Punk called unathletic, I was like, that's funny considering the dude used to do a fucking pedigree off the top rope as a finisher.
Yeah, but unathletic in the MMA world, as far as being an MMA fighter, is what I think he was meaning.
Different game.
A little different. Yeah, a little different.
Yeah, different game from pro wrestling. It really is. And I think, Brock had an advantage in the fact that he was a wrestler. So I'm curious, man, what would you be doing if you weren't wrestling? You got any ideas?
Riding my Harley. Outside of that, I have no clue. I've never put much thought into that.
Just no inclination as to what you would do?
Yeah, no clue. It's always been wrestling.
Huh?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's the way of it. Hey, man, tell these people where they can catch you again coming up live.
All right, this Friday you can catch me in Waukesha, Wisconsin, the Bruiser City Wrestling. You can find out more about Bruiser City Wrestling at Bruiser City Wrestling, #1.com. You can also buy tickets to that show. Go out to the Milwaukee Summer Fest Saturday and Sunday. That's going to be the 30th and the 1st. For the Milwaukee Summer Fest, it's like $10 to get on the grounds. They got great food there, entertainment, tons of stages with stands on them. And of course, Bruiser City Wrestling at 5 p.m. both nights. On July 2nd, I'll be in Franklin, Wisconsin. And then on the 4th of July, I'll be in Watertown, Wisconsin. That's where I'll be recently. Outside of that, you can keep up with me on social media, Twitter at Holiday Special, Facebook.com/TheMaxHoliday, Instagram Max Holiday. I think that's about it. Oh, Snapchat Max Holiday. I don't even know.
Hey,
Whatever.
Max, I was tagging the right Instagram today, wasn't I?
Yeah, excellent.
Okay, that's awesome. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is the right Max. That looks like him, bro. It must be. Whatever, I'm tagging it. Fuck it.
Yep, right. You got the right one. So yeah, that's where you can keep up with me outside of
Oh, go ahead, bro.
social media. No, I was just saying, just on social media, that's where you can keep up with me, and that's where you can find a lot of the dates that I got coming up.
Hell yeah, and look, if you go type Max Holiday Wrestling into motherfucking YouTube, you can find all kinds of videos of Max Holiday. You can check out matches he's had previously. Fucking a couple championship matches even on there. His match against fucking James Storm is up on there. You can check that shit out, ladies and gentlemen. Right? But I just gotta say, real quick, before we end this motherfucker, right? Y'all need to make sure you check out the No Fucks Given Hour this Friday. Yeah, as we welcome Christopher Olin Ray up in the motherfucking house. He won an Emmy. Check that shit out. As well as he worked on the first Purge coming out. He's the first unit director on the new Purge movie. The first Purge coming out soon. He's worked on Circus Kane, Minutes to Midnight, as well as the series The Bay. So check that out. We got him coming up Friday on the No Fucks Given Hour, ladies and gentlemen. On top of that, I just gotta say, that next fucking day, that Saturday, you can catch myself and Mr. DKB, as well as Lords of Chaos, Bizarre Norm, Mad Spawn, Steve the Stoner, Nasty Inc., King Crisis, and the motherfucking Fool. Yeah, up at fucking Kokomo, Front Row Live. Me and DKB will be putting it the fuck down for No Fucks Given Radio. We got a special set planned for y'all, so make sure you come out. That is a free show, free and independent, thrown by Lords of Chaos, the second annual. Make sure you come out and check that shit out, y'all. Right? And then...
Now, I do have one thing to say.
What?
If you are anybody that does listen to the Blood Beyond the Mat can also check out Max on what two podcasts do you guys do?
Oh, shit. Dope.
Oh. Yeah, on Sundays I do a podcast on Facebook Live. You can find that at Facebook.com/Max Holidays. We do the morning after with me and my buddy Rian. The podcast started out as a phone call between two friends talking about their night in wrestling the morning after, and it transitioned into a very popular Facebook Live show that's on almost every Sunday at 11 a.m. And then on Mondays at 10:35 after Raw, I do a podcast called The Hot Pod. We talk about pro wrestling, culture, what's going on in the world, and what we did over the weekend, on top of a bunch of other things. And you can find that at Facebook.com/TheHotPod.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And we'll make sure y'all got that info. Like I said, my wife's not here. She be adding in the fucking comments, but she's slacking and went to lay down. Whatever. But hey, I will say, like I said, we got all them shows coming up, as well as you can catch myself and Mr. DKB again August 11th at Schizo up at Cheers Pub in South Bend, Indiana. Right? So make sure you check all that shit out, as well as we got Pirate Fest going to be coming up shortly. But this, ladies and gentlemen, has been the Blood Beyond the Mat with myself, the Unknown Factor, and Johnny Cyanide. Fucking Wikkid got sick, and we all hope. Shout out to Wikkid. Hopefully he is okay. Chuckklez got a bitch's spine caught in his axle and had to go get some work in his car done. What are you gonna do? Stop driving over bitches, Chuckklez. Fucking keeps getting bitch's spine caught in his axle, Cyanide. Chuckklez. That's my boy, though, man. You catch him on the No Fucks Given Hour, like I said, with Christopher and Lay. This motherfucking Friday, we're gonna have a blast getting in his mind and everything he's got coming up, which I promise is a goddamn lot. Ladies and gentlemen, holy shit. That I'm like, fuck, go check his IMBD. It's deep. Make sure you check out the Bearded Bruiser Max Holiday as well. Like I said, you can check out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good shit. Man, but before we cut out, Cyanide, any final thoughts?
Not right now.
Well, I mean, if you have them later, they ain't going to be on the broadcast. You know that, right, bro?
Nah. Yeah, I know. I've been up for 2 days working straight. I'm just now getting home to go to sleep.
All right. I mean, I was just saying, though, because if you have them later, the show's going to be ended, and it ain't really going to, it ain't going to be some shit. We can start another broadcast, I guess, bro, whatever. Fuck it.
No, we're good.
Yeah. Hell yeah, ask what the fuck is up. But no, I'm not, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not good. I'm the unknown factor. Like I said, and this has been the Blood Beyond the Mat. Max, before we cut about this bitch, any shout-outs, anything else you want to say?
Hey, just thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate the invite. It's a lot of fun. And make sure you guys hit me up on the social media. And also remember, don't try to meet me. Just love me. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Hell yeah. Final words.
All
Max
right.
Holiday. Have a good night, y'all.